Hey, this is Libby spilling all the political tea, straight politics, no chaser. You know, the go to for all your political needs. Think the Bodega Boys, but political. It's millennial politics served piping hot. Look, I'm sorry. Lo siento. Life be lifing, and I am extremely apathetic to politics right now. So a new episode every week is not going to happen. Like America with three Ks is truly a gaudy dystopian right now. Like, come on. Have y'all seen the cheap ass gold in the White House? Did y'all see that? Yeah, exactly. Speaking of the White House, have you heard about the $200 million ballroom Trump is building? Exactly. Gaudy dystopia. Did you see the concrete they put in Jackie Kennedy's Rose Garden, ruining it again? I cannot. But today I will, just for you. Hopefully, this will be a short and sweet episode like me. If not, know that I tried. But before I begin, let me define a gaudy dystopian. Google stated that a gaudy dystopian is a society that maintains a facade of splendor, fun, and over the top excess to mask a foundation of oppression, misery, and deep seated injustice. Whew, a message, a word. Instead of the bleak gray authoritarianism of a work like 1984, the suffering is hidden behind a cheap, bright, and tacky consumer culture. Think flashy propaganda, excessive aesthetics, and cruelty as entertainment. It's a shiny, loud distraction from the real rot underneath. Damn, Google, I couldn't have said it better myself. Here are some elements of a gaudy dystopian world. Flashy propaganda. Unlike overt censorship, the gaudy dystopia distracts and pacifies its citizens with an endless stream of celebrity gossip, reality television, and entertainment. In this way, social control is maintained through distraction rather than brute force. Cough. Trump hiring and firing folks in his cabinet like this is the apprentice. Excessive aesthetics. Gaudy dystopian societies feature brightly colored, cheap, and often bizarre clothing and architecture that covers up a moral and social decay. The powerful elite display their status with garnished, tasteless displays of wealth. Cough, the White House and all that gold. Manufactured happiness. Inhabitants are conditioned to believe they are happy by being flooded with superficial pleasures and consumer goods. This manufactured joy prevents them from confronting the profound emptiness and lack of freedom in their lives. I don't know anyone that's happy right now. Cruelty as entertainment. The suffering of the underclass or dissenters is often televised for mass entertainment, with the viewer's complicity acting as another mechanism of control. The ruling class sadistic pleasure are repackaged as public spectacle. Cough, immigrants being arrested in the street daily. Class stratification. A clear division exists between the gaudy, wealthy elite and the impoverished, suffering masses. The elite's loud, colorful lives are built on the dehumanized labor of the lower class, whose misery is either ignored or broadcast for public consumption. Take the NYC subway, and the wealth disparity is evident. It's like that movie Metropolis that they made us watch in college. Anyway, does any of this sound familiar? Good, let's carry on. So here we go. I thought the Black women delegation had agreed that we were resting until 2028. But I guess desperate times call for desperate measures. I just have one question though. Why do we always have to do it? Get somebody else to do it. Saving this country is getting old. Burn the cape isn't just for men, ladies, it is for the country too. So I know y'all heard about Rep. Nicole Collier staging a one-woman protest by sleeping overnight in the Texas House floor because she refused to sign a permission slip requiring a law enforcement escort to exit the Capitol, calling it an affront to her dignity. And I agree. And she has since filed a lawsuit challenging the legality of being confined in this manner. Good. Sue, sue, sue. And thank you, Rep. Collier, for doing the Lord's work. I am just disturbed that you had to do this at all and alone. That is very concerning to me. Where were her minority colleagues? Is she the only one? Damn. Shout out to Rep. Collier and Rep. Jasmine Crockett for following in the footsteps of Rep. John Lewis and causing good trouble. I love it. We need more of this in the Democratic Party and Congress right now. Damn shame they made that lady sleep at work with the lights on. Like, I can't. This is insanity, people. Anyways, since my last episode on May 31st, here's the top news in America and around the globe. Trump's administration has issued a series of executive orders, many of which reverse policies of the Biden administration's, shocker, painting a very clear picture of Trump's agenda, aka Project 2025. I told y'all. Now here we go. The president signed an executive order entitled Ending Taxpayer Subsidization of Biased Media. I don't know what that means. To stop funding for public I can't. Like, I just, what the hell does that mean? And I got a law degree and I can't figure it out. Okay. To stop funding for public broadcasters like NPR and PBS because the administration believes their content is biased and promotes radical woke propaganda. Didn't Mitt Romney say he wanted to cut Sesame Street on PBS? And didn't that surely not help him win the election? Okay. The gall and audacity of Trump. Pure gall and audacity. On immigration, the administration has issued executive orders to end the use of the CBP, one app, reinstate the Remain in Mexico policy, and streamline the deportation of individuals without legal status. This crackdown has led to more and more stories of defiance, like the Haitian community in Brooklyn that peacefully stopped ICE from deporting their neighbors. Shout out to them. They did the Lord's work. They did what you're supposed to do. They can't arrest all of y'all. That's all I'm going to say. Now that is good trouble. Another example of this cruel immigration policy is Alligator Alcatraz, the nickname for a controversial detention facility in the Florida Everglades. A federal court has even halted expansion of the facility due to environmental concerns, which is good, but the fact that this facility even exists and houses immigrants facing deportation is just inhumane. Where is the UN? The UN should have been flagging us every day because we have been inhumane every day this man done got in the office. Okay. The administration also issued a number of orders related to federal government policy, including defining sex as strictly male or female and banning transgender people from serving in the military. They've also begun to dismantle DEI programs across the federal workforce, which is a key part of the new administration's platform. This anti-DEI stance is also evident in the Supreme Court's decision to allow the administration to cancel nearly $800 million in NIH research grants, which directly impacts cancer and HIV/AIDS patients. Nice. Speaking of health, apparently the plague is back. I said, God, send the flood, send the aliens, send the asteroids, send the dinosaurs. God said, I'll send you a plague. Here you go. Yes, you heard that correctly. The bubonic plague is back. If this ain't the end of times, I don't know what is. In July, someone died from the plague in Arizona. Someone else in California is currently recovering from the plague. Please note, a death from the plague has not occurred in the U.S. since 2007. Do with that information as you will. Additionally, as you all know, all the grandfather diseases have made a comeback, such as measles, polio, whooping cough, tuberculosis, syphilis, mumps, and leprosy have all made their grand return to our immune system. Yay! What's next? I don't know. Locust? Read your Bible for all you Christians out there. Don't y'all get it? Every time this man comes in office, the whole world collapses. Every time this man comes in office, Whole chapters from the Bible are being reenacted in real time. What's next? If you know what I know, you better heed these red flags and don't think it is Six Flags before it's too late. Also, there's a new COVID variant hitting NYC very hard because it is easily transmissible and causing razor blade throat, a sore throat like you've never seen it before. Yeah, put your mask on. Put your mask on. On. Like, this is not a joke. Speaking of NYC, I would be remiss if I didn't mention the disaster that is the mayoral election. Fuck my life. So much so that I don't even want to vote for mayor. Can we just skip it? But I don't like the current mayor either. So it's truly a lose-lose situation. Like, I wanted Wiley the last time around. I wanted her to run again. But she knew better than to devil in NYC politics again. And it's a damn shame because she was a perfect candidate. I also liked Michael Blake because he went to my high school and he worked for Obama. But to answer the question, folks want to know, no, I will not be voting for Zohan. Simply for his critiques on Biden's foreign affairs policy. And just, I don't know, something about it gives me the ick. And for those that say vote blue no matter who, y'all should have kept that energy for the white and the black lady when they ran for office. I personally think that Zohan is the male Ocasio, whom is the female Bernie Sanders. So I am not into him at all. I hate very loud, do nothing people with lofty lies sold as goals and ideas. And yes, Zohan, he has done nothing during his time in public office. Google it. Now, how do I feel about Andrew Cuomo running for mayor still after losing the primary? I don't feel anything. And it's crazy because I used to love this man and then all the allegations came out. But I think my peak love for him was during the pandemic. Like, I was obsessed. And now look. I wish Andrew would hire Judy Smith to fix his life. He really needs Olivia Pope. I get why he ran for mayor because being mayor of New York City is way more powerful than being governor. However, given his previous political position and how he left said position, running for mayor wasn't well thought out. And even if it was, Zohan running threw a monkey wrench in that plan. Damn. Cuomo almost had a clear shot. Now he's running on the independent ticket since he didn't get the Democratic nomination. Andrew, you're going outside. Sit back and reassess. You and your brother doing weird shit lately. Your brother talking like a Republican. It's just very weird. Stop it. Unfortunately, unless there is an October surprise for Zohan, he will likely be the victor. Unfortunately. Now let's talk about the Do Re Mi honey. The administration has announced new tariffs on a wide range of products from various countries. The U.S. has imposed a new 25% tariff on all goods from India, plus an additional penalty for the country's continued purchase of Russian oil, bringing the total tariff to 50% on some items. A new trade framework imposes a 15% tariff on most EU exports to the U.S. The U.S. has imposed a 25% tariff on Canadian goods with a 10% tariff on energy resources and critical minerals. Thus, Canada has responded with its own retaliatory tariffs, as expected. A 10% baseline reciprocal tariff is in effect on all Chinese imports, with additional tariffs on special goods and a total tariff on some goods that may be as high as 55%. Sidebar: the U.S. currently owes China over $759 billion. Their economy isn't doing well right now. They have not recovered since the pandemic. What happens when they come to collect like loan sharks? Questions that need answers. Let me give you a hint. They are going to tell the U.S. to bend over. Shocker. Meanwhile, Brazil has already threatened to impose a 50% tariff on U.S. origin goods if the U.S. proceeds with its threatened tariffs. More disturbing news. Remember when I said Black women lost 38,000 jobs in April? Well, since then, Black women have lost 300,000 jobs. The US Department of Labor released data showing a slight increase in insured unemployment, reaching its highest level since November 2021, which was also because of Trump. Thanks, Trump. But seriously, ladies, the ancestors are telling you to rest. Heed the message and do so. And what kills me is that folks have the audacity to wonder why the birth rate is plummeting, not only here, but abroad. Y'all aren't paying women fair wages, and we still out earning men despite the wage gap. Nor are you giving parents paid time off, and childcare is not affordable. Then you add the fact that men today are shitty, transcending race and socioeconomic status. So anyone that isn't going to a sperm bank like Ebony K. Williams to have a baby right now is an idiot. And frankly, no one should be having babies right now. Globally, we could all get nuked at any moment's time. Think, people. Think critically about the world you are bringing children into. That's enough of my tangent. You know I hate kids. Anyway, oh, and to add insult to injury, Trump wants to remove artifacts from the National Museum of African American History and Culture, claiming it is too, and I quote, woke, end quote. In March 2025, President Trump signed Executive Order 14253 entitled Restoring Truth and Sanity to American History. The fucking audacity and gall. Anyway, the purpose of the executive order is to review Smithsonian exhibits, including the National Museum of African American History and Culture, aiming to align them with American exceptionalism, present a more positive view of America, and remove improper ideology within 120 days. Meanwhile, in 2017, he visited the museum and said, and I quote, incredible, done with love, and a truly great museum. What happened, Trump? Too black and educated for you? We know you hate black educated people. The new administration is also deploying federal power to pursue political foes, from firing officials to launching investigations into Attorney General Letitia James and Adam Schiff, while portraying himself as Chief Law Enforcement Officer. Look, all I know is he better leave my Attorney General Trish James alone. That's all I know. And another thing, I am glad Biden pardoned his whole family before he left. Brilliant decision. Sidebar. Did y'all see Hunter Biden go off in that scathing interview he did recently? If you haven't watched it, please do so. It is much see TV. And I love how he zealously defends his father and his dad's administration. Good job, Hunter. Y'all forget that boy went to law school and he went to an Ivy. Like, he ain't stupid. He makes stupid decisions, but he ain't stupid. Now, speaking of political foes, the FBI has reportedly raided the home of John Bolton, a former advisor turned vocal critic of the president. The raid is part of a national security investigation into his handling of classified documents. Isn't that what y'all tried to get Hillary for? Shocker. It seems as if all of Trump's cronies are crooked, just like him. You know what they say, birds of a feather. Now I'm hearing that everyone loves California Governor Newsom and that he's a shoo-in for 2028. Wrong answer. The last thing America needs is another arrogant white man leading it. Yes, he is fine as hell, Lord. Now, I'll tell you now. That man fine, Jesus. He looked like Fitzgerald Grant. If you know, you know. But no, he is not the golden boy, nor the chosen one. It also makes me sick to think that y'all rave over what Newsom says, but Kamala and Hillary both said the same things about Trump, and it goes over everyone's head. I also do not support Newsom because of his lack of support for Biden last year around this time. So it's fuck him forever. But if you did catch Newsom's jab at Trump this week, you will love this tea. Did you know that Gavin Newsom's ex-wife was engaged to Trump Jr. from 2020 to 2024? No wonder why Gavin takes Trump's actions so personally. Why is this tea not publicized? This is the tea that people want spilled. Come on. I also heard that the tales from the Vermont crypt have some things to say about the Democratic Party, per usual. And per usual, I have the same sentiments. Go build your own party. The independent party. That is your party. Go build them. You have not done so in 40 years. You are not a Democrat, and you have done nothing but harm this party and this country. You demon SOB. Go away and take your Latina sidekick that has been planning her wedding for over 365 days and has done nothing for her constituents in the Bronx and Queens. Fuck you both. My apologies. I digress. Anyways, currently the DOJ is investigating allegations of manipulated crime data in Washington, D.C., spurred by Trump's claims. Despite violent crime being near historic lows, the man wants anarchy. He wants a race war. Don't give it to him. Stay out the way, Black people, especially in D.C. Don't be no savior. Stay in your house. Well, a little bit of good news this episode. Another billionaire wants to go to the Titanic. And to that I say, can we choose the next one that wants to go? Please. Larry Connor is the current billionaire in question, and he has ascertained his riches from tech and real estate. Good luck to him. Must be nice to have enough money to legally kill yourself. May the force be with you. No pun intended. Maybe a little bit. Damn. But seriously, what do you want me to say? Trump is doing everything that he said he was going to do prior to and in Project 2025. Go read it. According to Google Gemini, Trump has enacted 47% of what is proposed in Project 2025. Apparently, a key reason for this rapid pace is that many of the proposed changes can be enacted through executive actions and do not require congressional approval. The administration has taken steps that align with Project 2025's goals, such as dismantling DEI programs within the federal government, cutting funding to various federal agencies and programs, including significant cuts to U.S. aid, implementing new tariffs and trade policies, restructuring federal agencies like the Department of Education. What else can I say? But for the next 4 years, protect your mental health, have fun, save, and pray for a better day. That's all I got, folks. I actually tweeted the other day from our account TPT with Livy, go follow us, that Bill Clinton and James Patterson could not have written this political thriller. And that is proven to me more and more every day. So go forth, be brilliant, be kind, have grace for yourself during these trying times, keep your head up or in the sand, and let your unique perception of the world guide you. Thank you for listening to my political pontification. If you liked it, loved it, or hated it, please tell a friend to tell a friend. And please check out my website, thepoliticaltea.com. You can generously donate to my chai latte habit.